A good leader will never want to be a leader. Do you know that Prophet Muhammad didn't want to be the prophet? When the first revelation revealed to him and commanded him to read, he said, I cannot read, because he thought that the task ahead of him is more than what he could handle. In the beginning of Quran 74, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the Prophet Muhammad, Ya ayyuhal mudaththir, kum fa'anthir, wa rabbaka fakabbir. O you who covers himself with garments, arise and warn, and your Lord glorified. It is part of resistance that the Prophet put to prophethood, because he thought he could not be able to handle the task of being a prophet. The Prophet was faced with the challenges of how the message will be disseminated, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was always with him and instructed him and be with him, guided him and protected him. In Arabian Peninsula, nobody wanted to associate with him because of the message that he was disseminating. Nobody congratulated him. There was no party of merriment that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can see that leadership has become a joke. Let me surprise you. The Prophet Muhammad did not spend a dime because he became a prophet. He did not bribe anybody. He did not pay anybody to make him the prophet. It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that chose him to be the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to guide the mankind and jinnkind to worship Allah alone and leave the worshiping of their evil desire. A good leader won't like to be the leader, yet the love for his people and to change their condition for better will be his ultimate goal. That is why you see exceptional leaders, they understand the problem of their people and they know how to provide solutions to those problems. Even Prophet Musa والسلام, resisted the message of being a prophet, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him. He has been chosen to be the prophet of the children of Israel. Al-Hataka Aditsu Musa is nadahu rabbuhu bil wadi al-muqaddasi tuwa. Is up ila firhauna inna utoga. As there reach you the story of Prophet Musa والسلام, when his Lord called to him in the sacred valley of Tuwa, go to Fir'aun, indeed he has transgressed. A leader does not seek for power, but people must have seen the quality of being a leader. That is why they say, you are the one we want to be our leader. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose all his prophets, either Prophet Musa والسلام, Prophet Ibrahim والسلام, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. Allah has seen the qualities in them and prepared them for them to be the leader of their own people. That was the reason why Allah sent them to be the prophets. I was named after my grandfather, who happened to be Imam of our hometown from 1969 to 1971. Before he became Imam, they were asking to be Imam 2 consecutive times, but he rejected. It was the 3rd time that the king said, you are going to be our Imam. Then he accepted to be the Imam. Even my father of blessed memory rejected to be an Imam when they asked him to be Imam. He said, I prefer to be the teacher of Islam. And he taught Islam till he died. The first is the case today, when a supposed leader says, it is my turn to be your leader, only because he wants to enrich himself and his supporters. The best thing is for you to be the leader when people see the quality of leadership in you and they ask you to be their leader. On top of that, you are going to be the leader when Allah chooses you as the leader. If Allah does not choose you, you can never be the leader. Because of the enormity of leadership, people are supposed to run away from leadership position, but today people are running after the leadership position. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide our leaders aright. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.